Rod Association Superbowl of Motorsports, brought to you by Dick Spepex Giant Polar Tires. You can't win without them. And this is side-by-side monster truck competition. In track 1, this is the Heartbeat, Brent Engelman. Track 2, the famous Bearfoot, the Chevrolet of Fred SCHAFER. Both of them are Chevys with Chevy engines.
And this is going to be a round-robin competition. These monster trucks are vying for the one monster truck who will compete against the Virginia Beach team.
And that's right. It's not going to be a time competition. It's just the first one across the finish line wins. They circle around to the right or the left, then set up for the cars. And here we go with the cars. Heartbeat hits it, comes up, and down, and goes across it. There's Fred SCHAFER's Bearfoot, but it looks like Heartbeat takes the checkered flag. Yep, Heartbeat wins round number 1. He's happy about that. I don't know if he knows yet. He's not really sure or not.
That's a 1988
He says, did I win? Yeah.
Chevy Silverado with a 458 fully blown motor, and it did its job.
We go to the next round. This is an interesting machine. This is hot stuff. On the left-hand side, track 1, Jeff BAINTER. It's a 1986 Jeep CJ7, the world's largest Jeep. With a 427 supercharged Chevy, one of the few machines that has beaten Bigfoot in head-to-head competition, Margo.
And he's going up against the Black Stallion, Mike VATERS, out of Hagerstown, Maryland. That was quite a trip for that young man.
That's your home neighborhood,
That's
too.
right.
The 1988 Ford F-350. You've got Ford versus Chevy here. The Black Stallion's 466 Ford engine against the hot stuff 427 Chevy.
Both of these vehicles, though, are putting out 600 horsepower, so technically they should be evenly matched. Let's see what rider confidence will maybe make the difference.
They must have side shields on the motors from the bottom of the crankshaft for protection. All right, here we go. And there goes hot stuff. The CJ7 makes his way around that turn. That turn is crucial. You've got to get around that perfectly, and that's exactly what he did, and comes up and just doesn't even slow down. Well, he hits the car. Easy victory for hot stuff. Black Stallion still having trouble getting across the line. We're going to be seeing a lot of that Jeep CJ7, Margo, I think. He's doing extremely well.
He's such a newcomer to the sport. He really has total control over that vehicle.
Coming up next, in track number 1, this will be Samson. Don Maples, the driver. Huntsville, Alabama. It's an 85 Chevy Silverado with a 513 big block Chevy. Beautiful machine. Look at the paint job. Look at the chrome in that thing. It's got more chrome than Sammy Davis Jr.'s driveway. I don't believe that. All right, he'll be going up against Bigfoot, the granddaddy of them all. Rich HOOSER, the driver, St. Louis, Missouri, 1988 Ford F-250 blown with 2 Predators. There's Ken Dene, our tech director, down there on the field, lining them up. Bigfoot against Samson. This could be a good one, Margo.
Now, this is where we can point out that Bigfoot at 10 foot 6 inches is a lot shorter in height than the 14-foot Samson. You see it right there, which makes Bigfoot a little more competitive on these competition one-to-one.
Right, head-to-head. Okay, Bigfoot gets the gate, goes out in front. Now, here's the tricky part, getting around that turn. Look at how far Samson slows down, how much he slows down.
Rick can go faster because he's not top-heavy, and he can really bash those cars in control.
He doesn't even slow down. Now, look at there. Samson hasn't even hit the cars yet, and Bigfoot is stopping for dinner. I can't believe this. Look at this. The guy gets across the line, but Bigfoot wins by a country mile.
Samson's a beautiful exhibition truck, though. You've got to give him credit.
16 Monroe Magnum 70 shot. Okay, we go now to the next round. Kodiak, track 1, Mark Bendler, 87 GMC Sierra Classic. Going up against the Virginia Giant on track 2. DIEHL Wilson, we saw him in a funny car a little bit ago.
He has to shift gears a little bit, climb up just a few feet taller.
It's an 85 Ford F-350, so it's GMC on the far lane and a Ford in your near lane, the Virginia Giant. Virginia Giant has a NASCAR Series Boss 429 engine bored out to 492, putting out an enormous amount of horsepower. It's owned by Bill Hinkle of Winchester, Virginia. And Mark Bendler with Kodiak has been driving for 5 years. Last year alone, he was on the road 38 weeks out of 52. So the Virginia Giant against Kodiak. Virginia Giant slightly smaller. You can see from this angle, a little bit smaller, got the American flag in the back.
Then it will go into the semifinals.
Here's the run. Virginia Giant gets out in front, spins around there, 4-wheel drive and 4-wheel steering. Comes on, now here comes Kodiak trying to catch up to him. I don't think he can do it. Nope, it's going to be the Virginia Giant rocking and rolling and bouncing across the line.
A great run. You can really see where he turns here. The custom hydraulic orbital controlled rear steering.
Yep. Very sophisticated. These are literally hand-built, valued at excess of $150,000 a piece. Virginia Giant takes home the bacon. So the stage is set for the semifinals. It'll be Hot Stuff versus Heartbeat, and Bigfoot taking on the Virginia Giant for a very dubious honor. The winner of this one, Margo.
They'll get to take on the tank truck, the Virginia Beach.
Woo! That's going to be wild. So stay tuned as the best of the monsters go head-to-head. Association, Superbowl of Motorsports at the Minneapolis Metrodome. Larry Huffman and Margo King calling the action for you tonight. And we go now to the semifinals. And the winner of the finals goes up against the Virginia Beach Beast, which is a monster tank. That's going to be wild. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Coming up now, this is Hot Stuff. Jeff BAINTER of Yakima, Washington. That's probably the most formidable Jeep ever built. He's been racing 2 years, and going up against, he will be meeting Heartbeat. Brent Engelman of Grand Rapids, Michigan. Owns Great Lakes 4x4.
Now, he's really into the business end of this industry, with this being his third monster truck. He started building monster trucks to promote his four-wheel drive shop. Being in the parts business, he really feels he keeps up to date with what's happening in the monster truck game.
Well, there's a look close at Jeff BAINTER of Hot Stuff. He has beat Bigfoot in an upset before. He has served notice. He's one of the up-and-coming 4x4s and monster truck 4x4s. The Jeep CJ7 against the Chevy pickup. Let's see what happens. Again, they turn very crucial. They get off the line. They are handlebar to handlebar, wheel to wheel. Look at this. Throwing it sideways. Heartbeat goes to the inside and takes over the lead as they head for the cars. Neither slow down. Landing very hard on a problem, it looks like, with the Jeep. It's a photo finish, and the word we have is that Heartbeat wins. And look at that front axle, Margo.
Well, you got to remember, the front end of his vehicle is 15 inches wider. Now, that makes it more stable around the turns, but he's going to be vulnerable to damage because of all the leverage. He's got to land very carefully over those jumps. Maybe we'll get an opportunity to see what happens to him.
Okay, this is Hot Stuff. Now, watch that left front wheel. What happens? It's the cars, launches in the air, and comes down and down. Oh, they're still in the air and down hard. There it is, right there. It breaks. The axle apparently broke, Margo, and that threw him off to the left.
He almost cleared all those cars. Somebody must have told him this was a jumping competition.
Oh, what a tough break for Hot Stuff. A broken axle, a broken front axle. Each one of those tires and wheels cost between $2,500 and $3,000.
Where's Big Toe when you need him?
the tow truck. So that does it tonight for Hot Stuff. And there comes Bigfoot for the second round of semi-competition. Rich HOOSER, the driver. Coming up against, he will take on the awesome Virginia Giant. DIEHL Wilson, the driver. Transmission of that car, kind of interesting, Margo.
It's an art car specially built for a C6. And the transmissions are very important. The gearing and the way these motors can put that power to the ground has a lot to do with how these trucks work.
Bigfoot is owned by two of the nicest people in the monster truck business, Bob and Marilyn Chandler. They're just super people. They originated the monster truck phenomenon back in St. Louis in the early 70s. Bob came up with the idea to do it. He built the first one. He now has 6 or 7 of them running all over the world. There's a close-up of the Virginia Giant. So the stage is set. Bigfoot against the Virginia Giant. There's Ken Donay, our head tech inspector for the entire U.S. Hot Rod Association down on the line. And there they go. And the Virginia Giant takes the whole shot, Margo.
Not very intimidated by Bigfoot, that's for sure.
Spins around, Bigfoot on the outside. And wait a minute, Virginia Giant spins all the way around, and Bigfoot comes back in and hits the cars. Up and almost completely clearing all the cars with the front wheels. And here comes the Virginia Giant.
He must have gotten a little excited when he was in front of Bigfoot. Oversteered, stalled the motor, but unfortunately kept him out of the final.
We're going to be able to time that one with a sundial. Looks like Bigfoot will go to the finals. Yes, indeed. Bigfoot will take home the checkered flag and then take on Heartbeat. And the winner will take on the Virginia Beach Beast.
Now, there aren't many things that intimidate monster trucks, but monster tanks do it.
So, those mammoth monstrosities will be right back in a battle to the finish as the winner, Bigfoot or Heartbeat, will take on the monster truck, the Virginia Beach Beast. Don't go away.